All right. It's Kevin Garcia, a.k.a. the Puerto Rican Kid KG. This is Fight Hype. You like that, Bob?
Yo, I love that because my mom right now, she's real happy about that right now.
There you go.
Mom's Puerto Rican. She get that arroz con dulces and we get it going, baby.
What part of Puerto Rico is she from?
You know what? I don't know. They came over into California and used to do the fields out there and stuff like that in the Bay Area. So I'm not sure, but I've been out to Puerto Rico a couple times.
Well, there you go. You know, if you got a drop of Puerto Rican blood, we accept you 100%. You're Puerto Rican. That's it, man. But yeah, Bob, look, we obviously caught up with you yesterday. I know you spoke with Ron about a lot after some of the workouts, and we've heard a lot about your thoughts on your work here this weekend. But there's a hot topic in boxing, and the fans want to hear from you, Bob. Ryan may or may have not tested positive for PED usage. What are your thoughts first and foremost?
Well, at the end of the day, I'm a big believer in this country. I believe, in the system, you're innocent till proven guilty. I think too many times people go point the finger. It doesn't look good, obviously, at this point, but people point the finger and it's this, it's that, he's guilty. Let it play out and let's see what happens because, everybody's not a know-it-all, a being, and know everything. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a fair, honest piece of insight. But I think a logical follow-up to that would be, because, you're a trainer to many fighters, right? You've got a laundry list.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, before you go in there, I've been through that road before. I had Robert Guerrero with Orlando Salido, and unfortunately, Orlando Salido had tested positive. There were some questionable things that I thought that night, we didn't know for a fact at the time, but I was like, man, Robert Guerrero is one of the biggest punchers there is in the featherweight division. And unfortunately for us, we came out short. But, one of the things was Salido kind of set the all-time punch record that night. And I was like, man, how do you do that against a guy like Guerrero who could punch like that? And as it turns out, it played out, and he tested positive. And it wasn't one time, it was 2 times. So that being said, it's unfortunate that things like this happen. It does happen. I don't know why guys would do that. Not only what you're doing to your credibility, but what you're doing to your own self and your own body.
Yeah. So do you think Devin has merit or leg to stand on if this test were to return, like the B sample comes back positive? With Ryan coming in overweight, do you think he has the right to ask for no contest, and should it be overturned?
No, it's going to be no. If he tests positive 100%, it's going to be a no contest. There's no two ways about it. Unfortunately for Devin, and we've been down this road, half the people, no matter what, this is the reality of the world we live in. Half the people are either don't care or are going to be, don't hear about it, right? Because when it makes news, it's boom. So once he won the fight, the average casual is like, oh, he won the fight. They're not going to be like, oh, I heard he tested positive. And then the other part of that is a lot of the other people are just going to be, they just don't care. Yeah. And it's unfortunate. It's something that Devin's going to have to go through, but it is what it is.
Now, do you think this in any way harms Ryan's legacy if it ends up being a positive test?
Sure, it harms your legacy. There's no two ways about it. But at the end of the day, can he recover from it? Sure he can. Is he going to go on to bigger and better fights? I'm sure he is. He's a star. He brings a lot of eyeballs to the sport of boxing. But he can recover from it. I believe this is the greatest country on earth. And like I said, you're innocent till proven guilty. And the great thing about the United States of America is everybody, for the most part, will get a second chance.
There you go. You heard it from Bob Santos himself. Thank you, Bob. It's Puerto Rican if you ain't know. Fight Hype.